You know, before Moses, our African ancestors had the first family to introduce the worship of one God. Now, if you take your phone to ask Google or artificial intelligence, the first religion to introduce the worship of one God, Google or artificial intelligence will tell you it is Judaism, the religion of the Jewish people. But Judaism started immediately. The people you call Hebrews, Israelites, or Jews, they left Kemet, which is the ancient name for Egypt, which means the land of the blacks. Immediately they left Kemet, not as slaves, but as students, after receiving their early education from the feet of our black African ancestors. They started by worshipping a golden calf, which is a symbolic representation of a black African woman named Hathor or Het-Heru, which her temple is still standing in Egypt in a place called Dendera. The 10 commandments they said was given to Moses by God is the greatest lie told to deceive humanity. The 10 commandments was copied from what is known in Egypt as the 42 negative confession of Mahat. I have not lied. I have not taken the property of another. I have not killed. These things were copied from the 42 negative confession of Mahat. Mahat is the Egyptian nature of law, order, balance, equity. In fact, she is the center of justice and judiciary. So when these people you called Hebrews, Jews, Israelites, when they left the land of Canaan, where they were persecuted by the Hittites, when they came to Egypt, they were accommodated, they were sheltered, they were well fed by our African ancestors. So when they left around 700 BCE, they left with the spirituality of our African ancestors in Egypt, and they converted it to Judaism. In fact, the first book that they wrote was not the book of Genesis, it was the book of Exodus, the greatest lie told to demonize our African ancestors, that our African ancestors enslaved them in Egypt. There was no slavery in Egypt. All the pyramids were built from the 3rd, 4th to the 5th dynasty, and no Jew or Hebrew was born until the 13th Egyptian dynasty, which was around 1675 BCE, when a people known as the Hyksos ruled a part of Egypt for 108 years. Now, before they said Moses existed in their